Captain Rick Rock TV. Let's get to the content.
All right, let's get to it. We're going to continue with this Nolan Wells situation. I'm disappointed. And a lot of LA content creators, they still speaking about Big U, still speaking about Whack 100, still speaking about Aunt Hefe, all these local topics, but none of them is speaking about this. This is something that's more important than all the guys who I just named. And I think this is why we got to share this video, man. We are forcing these people to do their job now. Now we got the Mississippi sheriff speaking up on this. He said, I want you guys to be patient with me. And it's only because now that everybody's talking about it. Tyler Perry then got involved and many other celebrities then got involved with this situation. Except all you LA content creators, man. Now we got Nolan Wells' friend speaking up. Y'all remember when we did the content about him being in the boat, getting into an altercation, coming to find out that wasn't Nolan Wells. Now that might be a big turn in the case right there. That might weaken the case because we was banking on that. He got into it with these guys. And once they got off land or wherever they got to, this incident transpired. It happened because of that argument. Coming to find out, it wasn't him. We're going to find out who it was. Let's get over here. We're going to do a few videos. This is the update on Nolan Wells. Let's go over and check it out, man. Oh, yeah, I need all y'all to share this because this is the video that they don't want out. They don't want this type of stuff out. They don't want this out. They want us to continue to tear each other down out here, man. So let's get on this, man. Let's go.
So now to the latest on the mysterious death of Nolan Wells. For the first time since Wells' body was found, we're hearing from a friend of the 18-year-old who was with him on the day that he died. Trayston Shepard, who says that he was with Wells on the 4th of July, but declined to speak on camera because of the threats that he says he's been receiving.
We did no wrong here, and we don't understand how we're getting so much hate behind it. We all cared and loved Nolan, and nobody wanted to see Nolan die. Nobody wanted to see his life be taken so short.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold up. I guess this is one of the friends that was on the boat. He didn't sound too sure when he said nobody wanted to see Nolan die. He took a pause right there. Let me rewind it back. It was a pause right there. That didn't sound too assured to me, man. Come on, man. That sounds like a little guilt up in there. I don't want to blame nobody, but that definitely didn't sound sure. Let's go ahead and play it.
We did no wrong here, and we don't understand how we're getting so much hate behind it. We all cared and loved Nolan, and nobody wanted to see Nolan die.
Did y'all hear that? It was a pause right there. All right, let's get back to it.
Nobody wanted to see his life be taken so short.
All right, Kajachi, and also legal analyst and attorney Brian Buckmeyer join me now for more. So, Ike, what more are we learning about why Wells stayed behind and didn't go back to the mainland with his friends?
Yeah, Kara, this has really been at the center of everything. This question, why did Nolan Wells stay behind when everyone else decided to actually leave the island? Well, now we're hearing from someone who was there that day. His childhood friend, Trayston Shepard, said that the boat that they came on experienced an electrical issue and they had to go back to shore because of that. And he says Nolan told the group he wanted to stay behind because he met a girl and planned to catch a ride back on another friend's boat. Now, Shepard described this trip as one last hurrah before everyone scattered back to school and work after this holiday. There were about 300 people on that island that day. A lot of them were high school classmates. They knew each other, and they wanted to spend this time as just one big party before everyone dispersed wherever they needed to go.
All right, we're going to stop there. They said they want this to be one big blast, one big hurrah before we go back to school, man. We need something to brag about. Now, that don't sound far-fetched for youngsters when they meet a female. Hey, man, I'm going to stay back. I'm going to catch the next ride. Because you're not thinking that something is going to happen. You see a female that you meet, you trying to knock boots so you can have something to brag about to the rest of the fellas. Unless one of them fellas like the young lady that you was talking to. Now, we still haven't got an autopsy. We're waiting on that because that right there is going to put a lot of this stuff in perspective. Was these dudes under the influence of any type of drugs? If that's the case, that autopsy gonna let us know exactly. Was it blunt force trauma? Was it any bruises that looked like it could have been from a physical altercation? We gonna get to all that. Let's check this out. Let's finish this.
But according to his friend, Trayston Shepard said that this wasn't anything sinister at all. It was an 18-year-old who wanted to have fun, but Kira, as we know, that 18-year-old Nolan Wells never made it back to shore.
Well, and Brian, Trayston also addressed the viral video investigators, I've been looking into, saying he's actually the one yelling, not Wells. How crucial is that?
Kira,
very crucial.
I think it's very crucial in the sense of now we know who's yelling, why they were yelling, and according to Trayston, it had nothing to do with what Nolan Wells was doing. Instead, giving us a description that a stranger was kind of getting in his face and he was yelling at him. This closed down one avenue of investigation. And while that might be heartbreaking that it doesn't give us an answer, eliminating possibilities as to what happened will hopefully steer us in the right direction, finding the right reason as to why everything happened. And then going back to something that Ike said, I hope that with Trayston saying Wells was there talking to a girl, that we can get a description of that girl, what she was wearing, who she might be, and follow up on more questions.
So then, Brian, at this point of the investigation, it's the autopsy that I know we're all waiting to hear about, because that will definitely help us try to figure out what exactly happened, right?
Definitely will. That's exactly why his family went and got a lawyer. It said, no, hold up. We're going to do our own autopsy. Y'all do yours. We're going to do a separate one. That way, it won't be no, hey, we found drugs. No. We're going to get our own private investigator and let them do their job. So that autopsy is going to tell us exactly what we need to know. Now, I'm pretty sure, man, these dudes is young. They wild. They up in age. They out there partying. And with most youngsters, drugs do be involved. We're going to get to the bottom of this. Could have been a case of they got lit, probably overdose, and hey, man, we don't want him on the boat with us. It could have been a case like that. These is good kids, man. Mama a judge. Oh, we don't want them know that we using and we all on the football team. We can't do that.
Yes, the autopsy is probably the next step and probably the biggest step in determining what happened here. Autopsies do two things. It tells you the cause of death and the manner of death. It could be any number of things in terms of being a homicide, an accident. I don't believe it's going to be a natural death, but that determination is going to be important. But then also, of course, the cause. What caused Nolan Wells to die? Is it strictly the drowning? Was it something else? Is there blunt force trauma? That's going to give us a lot more answers and hopefully some questions that lead to the ultimate question and answer of what happened to Nolan Wells and how did he die.
All right, Ike, Brian, thank you both.
All right, let's go on to something else, man. We got more to this story. I'm going to keep y'all updated as promised. Now, Mississippi police caught covering up the Nolan Wells case. Fran shocking the mission. Y'all going to be surprised. This is a big case, high profile, right? It should have been more investigating than it was. Now, one of Nolan Wells' friends was there, seen everything, went to his social media and post. I'm surprised they haven't asked me any questions, which is odd. I just seen two ladies, a woman and a daughter, online with two stolen purses, and guess how they got caught? On TikTok. They even said it. One of our major breaks in this case was on TikTok off that Young Miami song, Spin That. They on there flossing the purses. That's how they got caught. So you mean to tell me all the friends and all the people that was there that spoke up, they haven't questioned any of them? They not following none of their social media? So they social media is only used for when it's time to arrest us? Come on, man.
Reporting live from Hypers Club, Fight Plus News, I'm John Abba.
Did any investigators ever speak to you about what you saw that day?
No, sir.
Really? Okay.
Cops have not talked to you yet. It's odd to me.
Just to gather information.
Yeah, that the cops wouldn't have contacted you. Yeah.
As the mysterious death of Nolan Wells continues, the spotlight grows on the Jackson County Sheriff's Department in Mississippi, who are in charge with finding out what happened to Wells. Now, after 7 days have went by since Wells would first go missing, many key questions remain. As we previously reported, two of Wells' friends would end up speaking to a local outlet the day his body was found, in which specifically Javon Williams would reveal that he was supposed to be on the same boat as Nolan, confirmed he saw Nolan on the island, and even has expressed that there was a fight that took place on the island, but doesn't believe it involved Nolan directly. Now, despite who some may consider as a key person in a thorough investigation, Williams would reveal that he has not been contacted by authorities a week after his friend would go missing. In an interview on Friday on TMZ, Williams would speak with Harvey Levin, who also was an attorney for nearly 20 years, to answer a few questions in regards to his connection to the case. As Harvey would ask Javon a few things, he would become shocked on air that the Jackson County Police Department
didn't ask him any questions. That's what he's surprised. I'm surprised. Wait, I'm a lawyer. I've been a lawyer for 20 years. They haven't asked you anything. We asking you more than what they asked you. They haven't asked you nothing. Lead suspicious.
Not contacted him yet for any statement, given that he has publicly shared he was on the island, saw Nolan, and knows the group of boys Nolan traveled to the island with.
They say they're still investigating. Did any investigators ever speak to you about what you saw that day?
No, sir.
Really?
Okay.
Cops have not talked to you yet.
No, sir. I don't see why the cops would have to talk to me.
I'll tell you why I'm surprised. Because you knew Nolan well, and you knew that he was friends with these guys who were the last ones to be around him. I would think they would at least want to know, hey, just the things we're asking.
Right.
It's odd to me.
Just to gather information.
Yeah, that the cops wouldn't have contacted you. Yeah.
Now,
if it was the other way around, they would have contacted everybody. We know that, and I'm not here to play the race card or anything like that. We here to get justice, man. We want the truth. This is a high-profile case. Now that everybody is posting this stuff, now they like, hold up, man. We got celebrities involved. We got to do our job now. It's too much on us. We got too many eyes on us. We can't sweep this under the rug like we was trying to do. No, we got to get on it. If somebody talk, then that's going to crack the case. But y'all gonna be surprised why nobody ain't talking. This was the perfect place to commit a crime. Y'all stay and watch. I'm gonna tell y'all why. I'm gonna show y'all why this was the perfect place to commit a crime. Make you think it was a setup.
Out of Harvey's clear concerns with Williams not being approached for questioning after the sheriff would express a thorough investigation would be done, several people in the comments would call out the department for potentially covering up the case. In the comments, one user would say, "The fact that the police have not reached out to this kid tells me the police aren't really trying to get to the bottom of what actually happened."
Nope.
While another on Facebook reacting to Javon's interview would say, "Nolan Wells' best friend says there was a hostile confrontation on the island the day he died. He says it didn't involve Nolan himself, but a different friend. And here's what's more interesting. He says the cops haven't spoken to him at all."
Now he said it himself. What make it more interesting, the cops haven't talked to me at all.
To the user's points, upon research on tactics previously used by police looking to cover up crimes, one thing done is called tunnel vision, which is when you intentionally avoid interviewing key people like witnesses, whistleblowers, and experts to focus on one specific narrative. By not interviewing key people, it can help shield the guilty party and gives the ability to create plausible deniability, and over time leaves the case going cold. As you should know if you've been following the case, the Jackson County Sheriff Department has already hinted that they don't see any sign of foul play at this time, which would concern many, including Wells' family, who have now teamed up with attorney Benjamin Crump to conduct their own investigation and autopsy. During a press conference on Friday, along with their first ever interview, Crump would express the family's concerns with their son's death, getting a trustworthy investigation given the history of Mississippi and young black men, along with local officials already looking to imply that Wells' death was a simple drowning. Now, for some who don't believe a cover-up is taking place, their theory is Nolan must have drowned when possibly peeing in the water.
No. What the? I ain't going for that. We don't walk in no water and go take no leak. We ain't walking in the ocean to go take a leak or river, whatever that was. We gonna go against a tree. We gonna pee against a wall. That's what we gonna do. We gonna be looking over our shoulder, making sure ain't nobody walking up on us, peeing against the wall, looking up for cameras. We gonna be on the tree, but we ain't walking up in no water unless we lit. Now, if we out of our mind, blown, just gone, then yeah. But other than that, we're not doing that.
One Facebook user who says they were there on Horn Island that day would go on to...
All right, let me go to something else, man. I want to show y'all something else. Check this out, man. This gonna blow y'all mind, man. The sheriff finally speaks out. Now check this out.
This morning, with a community clamoring for answers about the death of 18-year-old Nolan Wells during a July 4th boat trip with friends, the sheriff is asking for help and pleading for patience.
I think it's important that we don't put ourselves on a timetable and that we don't rush ourselves. But I do think it's important to be diligent in gathering all the facts. That's what the family deserves.
Wells never returned from a remote barrier island off the Mississippi Gulf Coast.
The very thing that makes Horn Island such an idyllic spot to hang out for the day is what makes the case tricky for investigators. There's nothing here. There are no phones, there are no cameras, there's no police. It's why authorities have asked anyone who was here July 4th with Nolan Wells to come forward.
Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? He said, there's no cameras, there's no police, there's no phones. Though we did see phones. So if it ain't no cameras there, this is the perfect spot to commit a crime. Perfect spot. Wait a minute, I didn't say it. Let me take it back. Y'all gonna hear what he said out of y'all own. Listen, he said it himself. This is the perfect spot to commit a crime at. Watch this here, man. Listen to this.
Gulf Coast.
The very thing that makes Horn Island such an idyllic spot to hang out for the day is what makes the case tricky for investigators. There's nothing here. There are no phones, there are no cameras, there's no police. It's why authorities have asked anyone who was here July 4th with Nolan Wells to come forward.
That's a setup to get you wet up, literally. Literally. If it ain't no, hey man, we go to the spot, ain't no cameras there, man, nobody gonna know what happened. Ain't no, cause they ain't got nothing. Nobody gonna see us, man. Yeah. That's why we got his phone, so he can't record it. He can't put it on live. Let's get back to it.
Even if you may think that it might be insignificant, every little bit helps. And that may be a bigger contribution than you think to this case.
Could be a public tip that breaks it open for you.
Exactly.
A close friend of Wells, Trayston Shepard, says the group spent the day swimming and drinking.
Well, we were just...
Uh-oh. He said the group spent the day drinking. If they was drinking, then it might have been some of that snowy around, or some of that greenery, or that Method Man. I don't see these dudes doing any of that. But that autopsy gonna tell it, man. Hopefully they wasn't doing no hard drugs, man.
Having fun all day, and then as the day went on, people started to drink more, and people started to get more drunk.
We asked the sheriff whether drinking or drugs played a role in Wells's death.
Of course, the rumors are out there, but we don't respond to rumors. We respond to facts.
And as investigators attempt to build a full timeline of the teen's movements and whereabouts that weekend, this photo showing Wells at a pool party has been circulating widely online and has been shared by his family's attorney. ABC News confirming it was taken a week before he visited Horn Island.
All right, this is what I want to say. I wonder, did they issue out life vests when they went out there, since there's no cameras out there, anything like that? Then they said the waters that they was in is vicious. Them waves is vicious. So by that being unsafe area for them to be in that water, don't y'all think they should have been had vests? Y'all gonna see it. Let me get to it.
Authorities initially suspect Wells drowned, although the results of autopsies by both officials and the one the family ordered are pending. On our visit to the island, we heard from a local boat captain about how the scenic haven could quickly turn treacherous.
Down there at the end of the west end of the island, yeah, there's a current that can, get you really quick, and it gets deep.
So if you're an experienced swimmer, even that area of the island could be a little dodgy?
Yes, especially with the current down there at the very end. It kind of eddies. If you're out there trying to swim that deep, yeah.
Time check, please.
His parents are now planning a funeral for their son, which his mother, Christine, posted overnight, guys, does not feel real. She said all of her emotions are running together, and her post concluded, "We miss you so much, Nolan." It looks like that funeral is going to be early next week at one of the big convention centers here.
All right, man. Shout out to Tyler Perry and all the rest of the celebrities who pitched in on the funeral. Yeah, this is a high profile case now, so they can no longer sweep this up under the rug. We know one of the guy's mother was a judge, and I'm pretty sure that they didn't all told everybody, be quiet. If they don't have no evidence to prove that you guys done this, just be quiet. And they're going to need somebody to talk in order to solve this. So if nobody talks, then it just be one of them cases that's going to linger until one of them do talk. Now, these are the type of videos, like I said on the last video, that they don't want out there. They want us to continue to talk about these LA jokers, man. They want us to talk about these same dudes over and over and over. The algorithm picks them up, and they wants to push that to you guys who like it. Because they know a lot of people that follow you be from the algorithm that they push to the people who watch that type of stuff. So I'm going to need y'all to share this video, and you LA content creators, do y'all job, man. Get on this, man. Stay out of worrying about what everybody else got going on, even though that's some good content too. We will jump on some of that later on. But as of right now, man, y'all need to start covering this type of stuff, man. This is real. This could be one of y'all son, one of y'all nephews, one of y'all grandson, brother. This could be one of y'all family members, man. Y'all all got family. We all play football and stuff, man. Come on, man. Get on y'all job, man. Get on y'all job. This is more important. I'm going to need all of y'all to share this video. And if you subscribe to the channel, just send it to one of your friends. It's easy. Share the video, man. Let's get this stuff out so we can force these people to do their job. Make them do their investigations. Now we talking about it in LA. They talking about it in Texas. They talking about it in New York. Get it all through these cities for more of us to start talking about it. So every time they turn on the internet and put his name in, it's popping up everywhere. Come on, man. Let's get on our job, man. Subscribe to the channel. Share the video. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. It's Compton Rick Rock with Compton Rick Rock TV. I'll catch all of y'all on the next one.